Unfortunate. Marco there also has to be a bit careful. There's two Kranwagens who could easily blast him here. And Primo has bled quite a bit of hit points. Not looking too good as of right now here. But we have Straight here pushing straight for Primo here with that 50B. Snowfox has to push down. Ghost Ranger and Tantan are pushing further as well. And there is the Kranwagens that Straight has been hiding here. And if Raikkonen and Chipotle can help out as well and bring out proper focus fire, this can turn out really well for Primo here. But so far it's not looking too great. Ghost Ranger is already a one-shot. Tantan has dropped. And there's a 2-tank advantage here. 4 straight. More bounces coming in. Tanks still alive. Massivo here in the 50 on 9 hit points. Still running. And probably going to stay alive for a little bit longer. Kevin here now dropping to Raikkonen. The hit points are still even here. Primo is making use of as much DPM as they possibly can. Even Steven here getting that 50B finally. Getting a bit closer here. Now we have a 4-on-4 and this is a really fantastic focus fire that Primo is using here. All the DPM they have. Even here messing up his shot on that T22. But gets some messed up shots in return and he bounces again. And you get the clear, he does. And here comes Little Magician. Or Light Magician, apologies. Who has 2 shots ready. Nice track here from the Vickers. Very crucial in staying alive. Can the Vickers go further? Totally here just pushing onto that Kranwagen. Even Steven is in the cap. Retaking B here. And this is Primo with an advantage now. And it's a massive one as well. Okay, no, they're not looking too great in his current position. Dark Magician here. Just pushing up into A, takes another cross shot here. This game is looking better and better for Primo. With now 2 tanks extra, a lot more DPM and a lot more points. Although A has been taken here. So they need to fight this out. We'll probably see the Vickers retake C here. Unless he decides to help out with the fight. Now with Dark Magician all alone. Fortunately, due to the new controls we cannot switch to Pacific players. So we'll have to make do with the free cam. And if you see any weird movement, that's because they changed up the controls entirely, so I'll have to get used to them again, but I'll try my best to give you the best of what these matches have to offer. And Mako here clears the kill. I'm just waiting. Press go live on YouTube right now. Let me just play. Press it. I just want to press the goddamn button. The button of all buttons. I never wanted to press more in my life. Alright, we're gonna have a delayed start here. A really heavily delayed one. Yikes. Big yikes. Alright, so we have Straight now with a lot more aggression in their lineup. With 1 ice for double T22, 1 Vickers and triple E5 here. Against Primo's 50M. Tank you don't usually see in tournaments, so it's an interesting choice for sure. Double ice for double E5, another unusual one, the 57, and Rob in an E100 here. Definitely looking forward to this one. Straight here, definitely with a heavy mobility advantage. And a lot more DPM compared to what Primo has on their hand. So we really need to make do with what they have here. And that is armor for the most part here, with that 57, with that clip, and the E100. With that big alpha, they really want to focus fire. And of course make sure their shots pen. Look at that as well. There's a 2400 HP difference. That is basically an E5. But let's see if Straight can make up for that with the way more DPM that they have to offer here. 2 T22s, Vickers, and multiple E5s. As Primo here is pushing for A again. Marco getting spotted. Oh, and that's 5 tanks seen instantly for Primo here. Make that 6 now with Rob here as well. And Akino actually got a shot back. And Unique here. Uncle, not Unique. The only one unspotted so far. Steven here. In loads of trouble if he can't get away. And he is reacting rather quickly indeed. But is it quick enough, as he has currently 2 tanks that are for sure hunting him. With Uncle here tracked by Akino, good track shot there. As it can be more important than taking out a tank or doing damage. And Dark Magician over there. Really putting some punishment into Uncle. Not falling back quick enough. As we now have even Steven here holding. Kevin is relocating, driving backwards here. Does not want to overextend. Raikkonen here holding that angle against Dark Magician. And so far not a lot has happened. We've seen 2 caps going off. And it seems that Straight has a very, very slight advantage here. Although I think this would be enough to already make it a tie. In terms of supremacy. So let's see what Tantan is doing over here. Being rather aggressive here with his positioning. Rob trading with Cool A definitely worked out in his favor. He has a lot more armor. A lot more HP as well. And a bigger alpha. This definitely was advantageous. Bringing the HP total ever so slightly down. As Straight has bled a little bit on a multitude of tanks. Now pushing over A here as we're catching 4 different vehicles with the Icefall, with the Vickers E5 and the T22. As well as Akino now from the back going into support. And the focus is on Uncle here. They want to take out this autoloader. Most dangerous in the enemy lineup, and they instantly are able to clear it, but Charming here lost a lot of hit points for this. And Reigen here in his T22 is bleeding heavily as well. Masivo and Akino also dropping more and more hit points. And Primo here is making use of all of the possibilities they have in their reservoir here. Raikkonen, the first one for Primo. That is not Uncle to drop Mako here. Being hunted. And Rob might be able to put a big shot into this E5 here. If he can get the back of that tank. Puts a massive AP onto Masivo here, putting him into one-shot territory for all other remaining vehicles here. And look at that HP difference here. Right here, not able to make use of the DPM that they have. And Primo here just very, very strong with the way that they countered just the lineup that Straight had and the idea that they were going for. Have a big shot here from Rob. Must have done a huge amount of damage already. That's cool. There's now a one shot here. Fortley will clear him, and that just leaves Kevin, who is getting cleared. And Rob here putting out the final enemy. and gets the kill shot indeed. Really nice game. And yeah. Great game here, Rob there doing 4,000 damage. Really a good result for him. And yeah, I just quickly want to talk about why I was late again, as we now have the time for it. And I accidentally messed up start heavily. So a lot of it was cut from what I actually said, and we, had to start mid-game. So I was platooning with Mr. Big, that's why I was a bit late. I did not pay attention to the time. I want to deeply apologize for that. And I'll make sure it doesn't happen again. Also, let's go into the assistant now. And quickly have a talk on this. So, 3 of these games I've already finished, but I still wanted to talk about it. So Naps was playing Void, and Naps has now beaten them. Moonmen are now going to be playing against them. GG here, which is streamed by Fishy. And Bayeta here, which I presume is how you pronounce it, from one of the people in the stream chat last time. And Apex here already waiting for their opponent. Straight here in Primo we just saw. Primo now going up against Pop Penguin. And then Pincer vs Purple ended in a victory for Pincer, with Hated as their next opponent. That's about it. For the bracket really, and the assistant itself. And yeah, 5 minutes delay. That's why I had to start so late. Because I messed up. I really apologize. Also, if you want to know something or have to mention something, or if I pronounce a name wrong, let me know. I am always open for feedback. Okay, what else is there to say? I really want replays from you guys, so if you have anything that you would like to be on stream, show it me on the Discord server in tour replays. Add how long the battle is as well, so that we, or at least I know if I can show the replay in time or not, so that we don't miss the next one. And it's 18 minutes till the next round begins, so we definitely have time. For the last 2 that I have left. Oh wow, what a fitting map. Yeah, again, I'm sorry for starting late, it was not my intention. But yeah, let's just watch TDL Cal here in his E5. Who's going to be having a great game. Probably a game of his life. Maybe not the game, but you know those moments when you're like, ah, this is the game. And, well, this, at least from the results, what I've heard, is one of those. Also, look at my mug. Isn't this a great mug? It's blue, by the way. This is not even green. Let me turn off my green screen. This is not even green. Yeah, wait, let me do it. Filters. Wait, where is it? Ah, here. Immersion ruined. This is not even green, it's blue. What is this? But yeah. Regardless of that, let's focus on the tournament a bit more. So, we've seen some great games. Also last time here, Primo getting to the finals, only losing out to Apex, who, if both teams win, are gonna meet again in the finals. So if that does end up happening, that would be a great one to see. Sort of like a chance for redemption here. From Primo, if they can of course win that. But yeah, let's just say hi to Cosmos, Mr. Big, who's in chat of course, Rainer, whose name I love to pronounce this way, because the rolling the R is just a beautiful sound. So I hope you don't mind it. And I'm just gonna say welcome. I hope you don't mind. That should be it from the chat. As of course it is rather late for my usual view base, so there's not gonna be too much in the chat, so if you have any particular question maybe, I'll definitely answer it, because I do read all of chat. I just may not respond to it. If it's not a question and just a discussion, for example. Although I usually do like to put my point across, or, you know, just add something, because talking just randomly when there's a topic that you could pick up on in the chat already is way better, I think. That's just me though. And also, of course, you want to see some other games as well of this tournament, you can always watch Fizzy as well. Not Fizzy, Fishy. Who's streaming G game. Good game. Also, good commentator, has tournament experience himself, has been to an offline even, I think. If my memory serves me right, but definitely has knowledge about the game and just the tournament scene in general, so you should definitely check him out. It's worth to have a look. Although he really only does commentary, I think. I don't think he's really done a video in like ever, if even. I don't. I might misremember Fishy. I'm sorry if I do. No, that's just my memory failing me then. But yeah, TDL Cal here so far doing some really good shots. Batcha they're not doing so good though, as he's now on 3 kills already, 4.8k damage. Still losing though by the score. Although if you can clear this ST1, definitely be turn around here, unless that tank dies. The I7, and well, that's a 1v3 now. And as you can see, there's a he's in contest for the not just the Colo, but the Resena, which would be 7 kills. He's also already on 7k damage. Which is not 7k, 6k, sorry. But even this is already a really good result. It's that 62. I am actually not sure about how much HP the Hori had. Was he someone not quite sure how to spell it, let's see. Don't worry, Mr. Big, no, it's not your fault. I should have been the one to pay attention. I am guilty. He's really using the time he has here to fall back. The hoodie should have already pushed together with the Moisian. Let the Moisian take the shot and then just have the hoodie aim in. You know, once the enemy shoots, some people just rush their shots, which I don't understand. Like, you have time. But yeah, really good play here. Yeah, and there we go. See? He took too long to get back, or to, you know, take the aggression head on. And TDL here gets 7 kills. Well played. 1900 base as well. 26, 23, 23. And of course, a nice 7 out of 7. So yeah, good farming there. Right? Layla is making someone accidentally mad. Not sure how to take this one, so sure, let's go ahead as this is the last replay I have for you guys. My channel is now empty, so I might just have to scour through the normal replay channel if need be. Let me just see, is there anything? There would be one here. Well, I don't know how long this is, so... Yeah, let's just have a look at Layla playing the Blaze on Lost Temple. AP, how are you doing? Also gonna have a quick look at the assistant again to see the last one. And it is indeed good game that beat Bayeta here, who is gonna play against Apex now. Meaning we have our top 8 of at least this grouping. We're pre-aim, more or less. Just an unfortunate bounce there for Layla. Who's a big fan of sniping, but doesn't really want to aim in. I don't know. Yeah, if you have any replays, like anything, it would be great. Because I don't have anything. And I don't really think you guys would be interested in me playing tier 5 stock. So, you know, just pointing that out there. Oh, that's you over there. Finding some sneaky angles. Pick up there under them 6. Well done. I wonder who she's making mad and yeah. It's fine. Oh, there's a Cromwell. Gonna be, and no team to really back her up either. Just parachute the tiger and relocate, but Cromwell's not really pursuing her, which is weird. Interesting. Oh, what gonna do it? Not quite pushing. Nice. Not quite high enough of a roll to one shot there. That's fine enough. Cromwell's not a 2-shot. Unless there's an HE that you can pen on the side. Which I'm not sure if the Blaze has enough of that. Sack kill with auto aim. Bit of lag there, I assume. That's what that was. I don't see anyone being mad though. Like, not in the chat or anywhere. Not quite sure what was meant with this. Ah, okay. The Cromwell. The Cromwell at the very end was mad. Well, nice game there. 3k in the Blaze. Not happy. How long do we have? 7 minutes. I don't have a read. Well, I don't know. What do we want to talk about then? Could maybe have a look at the leaderboard if you guys would want. We could do that as well. You know, buy some time. I don't really want to start another replay. See the point too much with that. So let me just open up the leaderboard really quick. Nope, that's the assistant. I didn't want to open that. Screen share. There we go. Let's have a look at the winter season with Primo on first place currently, and also if let's go over this. So this is the normal cups, right? That system that we are already familiar with. And Wargaming has added something called clan performance, which basically means how many matches you've won in total. And what does that entirely mean? Well, little fella, what does it mean? It means not like you won or you lost, but it means, oh, you lost 2 games, oh, you won 2 games. That's how it sees it. So it takes each game individually into this calculation, and therefore Primo here currently has the highest at 89, and this also helps with making sure the teams don't get like on the same placement later on down the line. So it's a really nice addition in my opinion, and you can even see where they won and slash lost how much. Here they lost those 2 games, so it's only 80%. Let's have a look at the clans itself, perhaps. We have Primo on top, G Game in second, which is being streamed. Why do I say G Game? I don't know. Let's just say GG. Which is streamed by Fishy right now. With Apex as well, Hated, Naps, Void, Club Penguin, and then Purple. Who let's see. Only Pincer and Moon Monkeys aren't in the top 8, but are still in. Meaning that Void and Purple, who are in 6th and 8th place currently, are already out of the last matches here. Not in the quarters anymore. And then we have, of course, Pincer and Moonman, who are taking their places as 9th and 11th here. So Straight, who we've just seen a match against with Resistance, SLG, Rival, Gosu, SV, who I don't remember seeing being played against like at all, so maybe it's just my bad memory. And with those lads, STB, JJ, Revenge, Bayeta, and all of those other clans that we have more or less seen before, so you know, just skipping over that briefly. Yeah, Mr. Big, we really need to make sure to watch the clock next time. Hey, at least I'm not missing this one. As we have Dynasty's Pearl as our next map. That is an interesting map. And I don't even need to say it because Primo's doing it. There's a lot of heavy tanks. A lot of German heavy tanks. What do I like the most? That they took one of each. One VKP, one E100, one VK72K, and a mouse. I like all of those 4 heavy tanks. My least favorite probably being the mouse, due to the DPM. It has the least out of all German heavy tanks, although I could be wrong. So let me figure out if I am or not. You know, why don't we just quickly open tank to see if I talk bullshit or not. Mouse, E100, VK72, and VKP. And no, the VK72 has the lowest out of all 3 vehicles. It's just a matter of fact that the mouse and VKP usually are played with calibrated, which makes the mouse the lowest. Because the VK already has really bad reload speed, so I don't think they're playing it with calibrated. It also already has 334 heat pen. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they set up the tanks, but you know, when we are all on the same page, then that means that the VK apparently has the lowest. Although I do the best with it, of all 4. And getting to the rest of the lineup, and not just German heavy tanks at tier 10, we have Raikkonen and Snowfox here with Ice Force, and then Steven with Batchat. Which is definitely odd. I would never expect a Batchat out of all 3 lights to be here. Probably the one you would expect the least, so that's interesting. And then we have the Club Penguins with triple eyes for double mouse. We have a T22 here and a Kranwagen. So this is looking more like your typical lineup, like you see the mouses in the B road, with the Kranwagen with the T22 in the park area, and Ice Force playing either near the very corner or on C. So pretty box standard lineup for Club Penguin here. Primo here going for a more unconventional approach, which I'm looking forward to it. Let's put it this way. I really want to see this happening. And I want to see it work as well. Hey, Desert Fox, you renamed yourself, I think, right? Or is that someone else? Fox Panzer? Or maybe I do. You're someone else, but I think your profile picture reminds me of him. Rather than that, you're saying that I am the hottest German, which is definitely not true, because I'm not. And I don't need to prove you, because it's me. And that's all there is to it. Putting away from me, though. We have our match to commentate. And that is Club Penguins versus Primo. Looking forward to it. Let's see what's gonna happen. I really wanna know, or well, not know, but you know, see how they use these German heavies to full extent. And yeah, just a quick reminder, Wargaming, when they introduced a free cam for replays, all the controls from there were also rolled over for spectating, meaning we have completely new controls that I need to completely get used to again. So I'm not going to be able to give you the best or smoothest camera work, and also we can't hop to specific tanks other while doing this, but that is a really weird camera angle. The one I don't think really likes, but yeah, let's focus. Starscream here, pushing straight on to see. Oh, driving mistake, gets punished for it by the E100. Rob there, quick to punish him. Steven did not get spotted, but the portlet and the mouse could not really enter his shot. And Arctic there is in C, as I did expect. And we have the mouses basically also where you would normally put them around this place. Raikkonen here has cap A as well, giving Primo a slight cap advantage here, and Rob holding this corner in a Z100. Gotta be a bit careful here, because Snowfox is very alone and very isolated. Other than Steven back here and maybe Chipotle, who's relocating. He was just very alone. Also, a speed boost is an interesting choice for an Ice 4 to take. Blind shot here coming in from Korra. Shot from that VK over there. Marco here. Coming a true sniper, ending that Kranwagen for 600 damage. And yeah, this is just a very passive play here. And Primo is gonna work on extending this hit point lead a bit further, little by little. But it seems that Korra does want to push up the aggression here. And is going to enter B with a lot of angles shooting at him. But it's already retreating here. Oh, and look at Starscream here, he's taking more damage. They're definitely making Club Penguin pay here with peeking, with a nice double fire here coming from those Ice Force. HE from Rob onto that Kranwagen is definitely the right choice to make. And even Chipotle here doing 200. That is a good roll. And Steven here, he spots both mouses, who are pushing forward. Another two big shots coming in here. VK still from above there, has a really nice angle onto those mouses. Both very tall tanks, so that makes it even easier to shoot. X-roll here from Rob onto the mouse. And just look at the damage that Penguin has bled already. Even Primo's starting to lose HP now, but they had more from the start to begin with. Even though Korra is now really going low, but Apple Juice! He's losing so much HP here. Pushing onto those two VKs. Korra here getting really low. Marco not overextending. He's pushing backwards. And Seal Nado getting punished for being too aggressive there by Chipotle and Rob getting double tap. We have a 6v6 here. Both tanks have dropped one. Kranwagen now going out as well to focus on this IS-4 here. Can Marco put out another one? Yes, he can. And the VK and E100 have proven very, very useful here. Putting out a lot of damage so far for Primo here. We're putting in another big shot there. Totally not quite able to pick up apple juice. Dark Tonics is still around, buying so much time for Club Penguin here. Beating Legend goes down in the mouse, but so does Rob here by Starscream. And Chipotle, he just wants to kill this mouse here. That's his one and only mission. He is able to succeed and finishes the game. On cap points, really well done. Does end up getting that successful victory here. With those German heavies, and look at that. 5,000 damage here from Rob. 3.5 from Marco, and those German heavies paid out. Other than the VK in the mouse, but you know, they all work together for this victory. So we gotta have to put some credits to all of those players. But yeah, that's a really interesting strat, and it worked. I mean, I think Club Penguins here only answer to this would have been aggression, which there was not really. And the best thing for Primo to happen, or best scenario, is to trade shots, which did happen. So yeah, they did well. We have not a single lineup change. I don't even think the players have changed at all. Hey there, Duka. Damn, this mug is smaller than my usual ones. There's not a lot of tea left. Regardless of that, we're on to our next game here. And Dynasties is just very heavy focused, as we can see. It's 13 heavy tanks in total here. But arguably Primo with more armor, the VK really strong. Even the 72 stronger than people do believe, and the E100 is just very hard hitting. Has a lot of HP to chew through as well, so it's a good lineup that Primo's taking, albeit risky. But none changed it, so we'll see probably a similar lineup unfold. Although I do hope for a change of pace here from both teams. So yeah, nope, this is not the controls, Peter. Alright, we have Starscream again. Most likely going to go for the C-cam here with Even Steven. This time he gets spotted while doing so. And finds 5 things in total. Raikkonen here again instantly going to A, and look at this. They prepared it. It did not quite work out though, as only 400 damage have entered the T-22. With 3 shots in total. Cora here does get up a reset, has to trade a shot for it though from that mouse, and big shot again. Marco here again with this play, doing it here last time, providing similar angles as before. This time they have the knight that caps off C, giving them a really big point advantage here, and Cora can basically sit here, side scrape pretty much perfectly, and be uncontested for C. Rob here not quite able to connect. Total there looking for a shot. Takes some more. Snowfox down there has to be careful as well, and Steven is backing him up, but there's some damage flying in now on the side of Primo. Again, they have started to bleed down on Club Penguin here, who needs to be aggressive. That is the way to play against this lineup. Being slow and careful is not gonna be the way to answer here. Did get stuck in a car there with his HE shell of the VK. Not quite able to snipe over that. And see a snap coming in, and we see Club Penguin here relocating their forces all over to their spawn now. Apple Juice unspotted, Arctic unspotted. They are preparing for a push. Seal NATO and Starscream all pushing over. Whilst we have Darktronics and the Kranwagen here being present, making them believe that they're still here. But look at that, Primo is prepared and lined up, doing quite a good amount of damage to those mouses here, yet again. Rob paying for a bit more though. And the issue with those mouses, you can shoot over these things here into the turret cheeks, making it possible to shoot them whilst they go forward. And Mako here now under trouble. Reversing here takes a lot of damage though on his way out. But if we look at the other side here, we have a huge push going on from Primo now. Steven and Snowfox both are on C and B, and Raikkonen as well. They have taken out Darktronics here. And the Kranwagen is very low as well. Mako does go down here. But Primo just with a massive advantage here in HP. Having an extra tank, and look at the points as well. Primo just having absolute control over this map here. With the Batchat now coming in as well. Onto Starscream here. Can he even... No, he doesn't need to, because Snowfox is there to cover. In his eyes 4 here. And now side-hogging Apple Juice. That's all they needed for the victory here. And Snowfox turns around one last time. And the match is over. Really well played here. Absolute masterclass of a performance here from Primo. And again, those German heavies doing work, the VK90 and the mouse this time, with the other two being on the bottom half. But that is fine, as they all worked again together as a team, and Club Penguin just not able to retaliate here. Not able to give a response, and just outplayed really by this German lineup that Primo did provide. And that leaves me with no replays left. This is really unfortunate, because I'm empty. So if you have anything, feel free to send it in. Otherwise, I will have to look into others. But this patch is not old, so finding something is gonna be difficult. But I did find the Scorpion replay. Is this from the old? Ah, this is all from the past update. No. Ah, gosh darn it. Oh no. Well, this is bad. Let me see if I can maybe find something on the Gneiss server. No, doesn't seem to be the case. I guess I have to resort to playing myself now then. I deeply apologize. You'll be very shocked. But what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I can't do anything. Oh, this is so awkward. Hey Boomer, how you doing? Oh, Canal. Oh, I don't like that. So yeah, I'm fully stock. No premium shells. I could consider using calibrated, but is it worth the like 5 extra millimeter? I don't think so. So let's just see. I've been thinking if I want to use like up to 5 maximum premium shells on this supposed free-to-play account, right? But I don't know. So for now, I'll just stick to no premium shells. And, well, have to resort to a lot of HE and just very precise aiming, so... It's making it a challenge, at least, so that's fine. And as well with the enhanced ping that I got on NA, that adds another layer to it. And after this game, I think, depending on how long this will be, we'll have another look at the brackets, as some of the other matches might by then already be done and dusted already. And yeah, let's see. Now Yak Panzer there a little bit too aggressive. And I also really don't like sniping, but I don't have much of an option. So I need to use distance as much as I can in order to do damage. Whilst they can't get to me yet, even though this goes against totally against my playstyle. That's what I was trying to say. I'm also not going to buy any camouflages unless I have a certificate. So we'll have to keep that in mind as well. I believe that's the KV2 in the circle. As everyone else has basically been spotted over here. So I will have a look at that. Because I'm not quite sure if my KV2 is going to be enough to... Oh my... Just put a big shot into my KV2. Who just missed his shot. And because I know that this guy just fired, I can really peek like this. Amarak? Not quite. I'm gonna stay a bit safe, but I still want to make as much damage as I can. Whilst he's distracted. Which is basically exactly after he fired or whilst he's aiming. I don't want to risk another shot, no. Let's not do that. We're already down on tanks. Thing is, he can one-shot me even with his AP rounds. And he's not even in need of firing any HE as well. But my Nashorn is here to save the day. And rush in like a hero. Can he snap him? Yes, he can. Would you look at that? Just now leaves me and the Nashorn alone. This is 5, whilst there's at least 3 tanks that I'm worried about penetrating. Also the ARL now, since that got buffed. Last update. This guy needs to go back. The BP I don't worry about too much. The rest I really gotta have to either get the side or just aim for a weak spot. But if I can find one, that is. D14 will be a pain to deal with too. But yeah, the ARL mainly for its alpha damage because he can 2-shot me. And the Yak Panzer for its sheer DPM. Ouch. Hey, oh, he has better reload than me. This is terrible. Fortunate. Couldn't quite win this. Yeah, cow stuff. It's tournaments, so and I'm streaming on NA, so that's why we're streaming right now. But greetings to India. Quite win this one. Alright, let's have a look at the current standings. All matches are over indeed. And we have Primo playing against Hated. We have beaten Pincer it was. And 2-0. And we have good game. GG. Beating Apex 2-0 playing against Naps, who've beaten Moonman 2-0. So all of these 4 teams had very convincing victories. Let's actually just make it okay. 11 minutes to serve us for one more game. APCR is free. I know, but you know, in that sense, I could just load 20 APCR and would be done with it. But I don't want to do that. That's against the sense of it. Because, especially at the start of the game, you really, after hitting like tier 5, maybe 6, you start getting into a massive credit problem. And so I'm trying to maximize, which is why also I use the cheapest equipment, meaning no speed boosts, no adrenaline, and also the cheapest consumable provisions. I will probably limit my provision usage to 2 only, and that will be the cheapest food slash drink and the cheapest fuel for all future tanks as well. I just want to give myself a challenge really, because my EU account is done for the most part, other than really just popping up in my stats a bit more, pushing for some tanks and such. But that's just a goal for myself that I have. And I'll probably stream a bit more on NA in the future, but normal times for me. So, you know, don't expect me to stream on 3 AM for just normal streams. Because that would be quite literally not really feasible. Also, someone on the enemy team is smart, because they've been blind shooting here twice now. Which makes me a bit worried. Also, those two make me worried. But that's fine for now. I really have to just change my gameplay from being very aggressive, how I normally am, to just very passive. I'll also just push towards the Hellcat, because I started it out of just pure instinct. And so that I have something to like play tournaments with and such, so that I can get credits from those tournaments. And then I'll just play other lines. I'm not going to continue with this one any further. Or I maybe just make it a community event and have people choose from a certain range of tanks that they could watch me grind through as free to play. That means I won't buy any bundles, I won't buy anything. If I get something from an event, I'll definitely do so. Like if there's like a tank grind event that is possible for me. If it's like, oh, play this and that much, then I'll probably not do it. Or if it's a basic speed one, because those are just insane. And also because I don't have a premium account, I'll really have to min-max my certificates. Or when I do get a premium account. So that I use that properly. Something in the cap and I don't know where. KV1 is fully stocked as well, he's a one-shot now. Thank you, Hookins. Oh, why are you in this tier? What are you doing here? Just messing around, I guess. But I appreciate it. Thank you for your praise. It do be meaning a lot to me, because I'm, you know, still working on my commentary. There's just nothing I can do as a stock tank. I also have more DPM than me. Hello, Noobski. Patata. You know what's good is I will load 5 premium shells. That is the maximum I'll do for any tank. And I will try to not use them, essentially. Only if I really do need to. Also, I'm trying to save up the free XP for this tank so that I can then use it in tournaments efficiently. Anyone is wondering. Yeah, we're doing... Wait. I'm doing one more game. I can do that in 6 minutes. Oh, my back just cracked. Oh, that didn't feel good at all. Got Hookins on my team again. Feels good. Thank you, by the way. I don't want to use my boosters either. They're too precious at the moment. I want to use them for like a birthday or something. I do remember you. Was that when Primo played against Crew, right? So I do remember the names for sure. I don't know if I pronounced the name correctly. Good sir, please tell me if I don't. Or if anyone thinks that there is a different pronunciation to something, then definitely shout at me in the chat or on my Discord DMs. Because, you know, I gotta have to know somehow, and if no one tells me, how am I supposed to know? Most of these name pronunciations are just from either guessing or just, you know, thinking what would sound most logical. I'm not an English expert by no means. Nor am I fluent in English. And not even native by any means either. Learned it all just in my free time. Not even really in school. The school doesn't teach me English that well. So there's definitely room for improvement. A lot of words I don't know. A lot of phrases and stuff, that is of course culture itself. All that stuff. But that's why I stream. Improve it as well. Forces me to get better. So that I'm able to converse with you guys. Shit. Shield me! Shield me! Thank you, sir. Oh my god, this turret traverse speed. Oh, it's killing me. Look at how slow this is. Now imagine if my gunner was dead. And that's how slow a turret can be. Isn't that great? I can't also wait to grind with 75% crews. That will be a lot of fun. The pure pain is immeasurable. Rip. Ah, Mr. Big just gave me a replay. That is great. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'll use that after this match for sure. As we are watching Fort Despair here with a lot of IS4s again. That's the trend I've seemed to notice on this server. With nearly a mirror matchup here. We have two mouse, or mice if you want to be that guy, but I'm not that, guys. It's mouse. Or if you want to be German, Mäuse. We have one E5 and then one Kranwagen to balance that out. Although we might see MJ take something different here. They've just moved him in. On the side of hated. But yeah, we're gonna see a lot of heavies. Mouse usually used to get close to B. You don't really see any C plays anymore. It's basically gone obsolete at this point. It's just a camp to get on the side if you have a quick tank like a T-22 to just, get it on the side. But maybe Hated is doing something different because they have 3 IS-4s, 3 Mouse, and an E100, which I like. I am a big fan of obscure lineups. A really big fan. Because it makes it just so more interesting to commentate and like figure out why what is used. Just picking apart a strategy. That's what makes commentating so fun for me. So yeah, let's have a look at how Primo is gonna be encountering that lineup. Because this one does look like a C play too. Like definitely. Whilst Primo is basing their play of sending the mouses to B, probably Cora with 2 IS-4s to the corner and then the 2 other IS-4s near the mouses. That's the plan I'm seeing behind us. It's pretty easy read if that's what they are going for. At least that's what I would say. Like, let's say I'm their caller on the Hated side. I don't know who their caller is, so I'm not gonna like say anything. And then I'm like, here, this is their lineup. This is what they will probably do. We're gonna adjust our strategy that you've got prepared a little and do this and that. Yeah, I have Boomer. I just haven't looked into it yet. Just maybe drop me another message tomorrow so that I have time to like read in. Because yesterday I was dead because I was playing a raid for 4 hours and now I'm streaming for 4 hours. So in total. So I am not gonna be interested. I'm just gonna go to sleep. Regardless of that, I'm definitely excited for this matchup here. Primo versus Hayden. Primo looking really strong again today. Very consistent with their plays. Haven't really been in any close calls other than maybe one game. But I think their focus fire today is really well done. Their strategies as well are on point. And it's day 2. They've definitely not brought out everything on the table, right? Because you want to hide what you got for like later stages. So this is interesting. I am interested indeed. So yeah, once again to just quickly go over the lineup, we have quad IS-4, double mouse, E5 on the side of Primo here, and then E100, triple IS-4, triple mouse, and look at that HP! Basically 20k and 21k. That is incredible amounts of HP to chew through. And Cora here, seeing that lineup, not messing around, that probably not even gonna send too much attention to the corner here. Cora just there to spot this. And he does find the 100. Don't peek too far. Not quite able to put a shot in. He does find the Germans there. Whilst all of the IS-4s on C here. Tantan with his IS-4 gets a nice cross shot in, and it seems Hated. They just want to push. IS-4s from here, Mouses from here, and then the E100 with the big alpha into the side. That seems to be the plan they are going for. But if Primo just counter pushes onto the E100 or sets up a really good defense here, then that plan will fail drastically. Because we got Ghost Ranger here side scraping, we got Chipotle capping, they did get C, but Primo got A, which is a really hard cap to get. In most of the games never even touched. So getting it now puts a lot of pressure onto Hated here, which is definitely a good thing. Some damage loss already, quite significantly on the side of Zenith here, already down 2k from their starting health. Whilst Primo only lost 1 shot on Cora here. Just chilling so far. Gets one shot into Alpha. Manny he loses a bit more. Andrew there in the backlines with the bushes gonna relocate. But Marco here will have a great position to counter that. This is ideal. If he's a bit risky and feels like it, he can just even go here. Sideways, look onto him. He's not gonna get spotted unless he fires, and then he has a great angle. But now he just has them in the side, because Andrew's spotted. Andrew has his attention on Tantan. And look at that HP loss here. Down to half already. Primo still only down 1 shot of HP here. Whilst Hated already lost like 5,000 at this point. Massive difference in damage here. So out position, and Hated just seems lost. Look at this conglomerate of tanks. It just isn't going anywhere. And we have our first bit of movement here with those Ice 4s. Hated still not moving with these heavy tanks. They need to do something. But they're just not doing anything. They're not even trying, they're just peeking, taking shots, and losing more and more HP here. And with the Mouses and the Ice 4 not having any DPM, Primo just playing this perfectly here. Hated with no chance in this game. Primo easily takes victory in the first match. Just look at this damage difference. Hated did nothing. If they just did anything, like push with all of the tanks at once, but they just kept getting shot and shot and shot and shot, one after another. It is incredible how much HP they lost here. It's just, that was not a good game for Hated at all. And I hope they step up their gameplay here. Because that was rather underwhelming. And definitely something you would not expect from a clan this good. We have a Chieftain now from Korra here. I assume to bring more DPM to the team? Whilst not throwing away any of the HP. Although you could have just used the 1-1-3, which doesn't really have the hold down capacity, so I guess this is the only choice. As an E5, really bad mobility in terms of rotation and traverse. With a gun that's not the nicest of handlings and not a great DPM compared to a Chieftain, so I guess the Chieftain's really the only choice there is, thinking about it. So maybe it works, who knows. Hated has changed up the lineup. We now only have 2 Mouse, 4 Ice 4s here. Same as Primo, and then that Kranwagen. I really want Hated to do good here, because they definitely could have. I'm sure they can. But that last game was just all but disappointment, really, I think. Let's see if they can make up for it in this match here, or if Primo will just take this match point and win it for themselves. As we move to 4 to spare here, 1-0 so far. For Primo, hit points still basically the same as before. Crazy amount here. But Primo definitely with the advantage. They are not under pressure here. And they have just by far more DPM. Just because of that Chieftain. Compare that to the Kranwagen. And it doesn't slack off too much HP either. It's 2500. That's still fine as it is. You also gotta consider that Primo's Mouses are using extra armor whilst Hated is using extra HP. It's always more or less personal preference. But it does add up in numbers later on down the line. Korra here in a very interesting location. Could get very screwed here by Hated, as it just happened, and the Chieftain does lose quite a lot of modules. Having to use, I think, both repair kits that he just had. And yeah, Hated now in a much better location here with 2 Ice Fours in the corner, Primo with 4. And 2 over here and then 3 tanks over there. That's a really good split. And they have played a lot on Primo here. This is a much better approach than last game. Chipping away on more and more hit points here. Primo being rather reckless in the corner now. Onto those 2 Ice Fours here. But rather than that, they think they should focus on Noah here, to be honest, together with Korra. It would be much faster in killing those. And Hated here now. Pushing up the tempo, the Kranwang from the side, the 2 Mouses in front with money in support as well, and Noah here is gonna see first blood, down on 4 hit points. Korra should be able to get this cleared here. And gets it as well. Ghost Ranger here very low, and so is Tantan. Down to a 2-shot, and Uncle Chicks as well. Could be cleared very easily here. But yet again, Primo having better focus fire. Getting outshone. Andrew here also now very, very low. And the shielding for Primo is just so much better here. With individuality shining much more. But this is not a game played by individuals, but by a full team of 7. And Primo definitely here the better team in these 2 matches that we have seen. Really good start to Hated here in this match. They really did well. They chipped on a lot of HP. They got Primo to a very awkward situation. But I think the push from Noah was unnecessary. They should have probably pushed the Mouses first through B. Get the attention from these tanks, the Kranwang into the side, money from the top. Have maybe Noah come in as well. Or add Noah in here to have a 3-on-3 over there. Which ended up being a 4-on-2 thanks to Korra here. And Primo just outskilling their opponents. Is Hated here, does not stand a chance. And just well played to Primo here. Going really strong so far. In today's tournament. They've done really good. And I mean, look at that. Korra here, that he was there. And he did what he was supposed to. Do damage. And a lot of it as well. Doing nearly 5k and 2 kills here. Just amazing. Really well played. There's nothing to complain about at all. From Primo here. Although I am just a bit disappointed with the performance that Hated showed here. I'm sure they can do better. It maybe just wasn't their map. Maybe they just weren't prepared properly. Maybe there was a bit of miscommunication. But I hope they will make up for it. In their match for 3rd place that they will have against Nubs now as a good game. Has beaten them. And we're gonna see our finals here. In about, when is that? 20 minutes? Of Good Game versus Primo. Both me and Fishy will commentate this, so you can watch it on either perspective. So feel free to do so. Now we have Mr. Big's replay here, the only one I currently have. And he asked me to critique it. So let's see what I can do. Definitely no HE. Do always at least have a couple, even if you don't use it, just for safety measurements. Just have it. My defense, I was playing tier 5 because I finally got the one tank that represents my country. Ah, Hookins, that's fine, you know. I don't mind, really. I was just surprised to see you there, more or less. Don't judge people for playing low tier. I do it sometimes as well. Hello, Cannoner? Is that how you say that? Or Keenaner? Well, you can. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, so just let me know either here or on Discord, probably. And I'll be sure to fix some of the names if I ever pronounce something wrong, because it's not my intention. Alright, so very passive start here for Mr. Big, seeing as how the his team has already pushed very far into the middle and only spotted 2 Leos, I would have definitely made a move. Because I would be worried, right? You're on the side, you're expecting either a lot of people to be here or everyone to sit there. So he's making the right move. I actually didn't see my mouse there for a moment. Pushing forward here is definitely the right choice. I would actually just go further. I would go until this house side script. That's what I would do here. Because there's not a lot on the enemy team that can really pen you consistently, other than potentially the C3, the CA if he aims well, or the AT if he shoots premium, or just the Churchill if he knows what he's doing. So yeah, I would be very aggressive in a tank like this. There's the Churchill. Don't want to show your flat side to him though, because he has good pen. But that's all the Churchill has, good pen. Doesn't have particularly good armor, nor speed, nor DPM, so you are in a pretty good angle here. This is basically the angle you want to be at. Have them shoot at your side, bait them. Tanks like this that have crazy amounts of side armor, over angle as much as you want. But don't make it a complete flat angle for them, because then they start penning. But the angle that Mr. Big just had here was really good. So, you know, just a bit of that. I also would not recommend to use a speed boost in this tank, even if it does seem useful to you at times. I'd just use a second repair kit for if you get tracked, or in the case of getting ammo wrecked or something like that. Also, you can shoot the engine deck that penetrates. There's no need to track here. Unless you want to give the damage to a teammate, which I'm not really thinking was the intention here, but you know, GG. Slow tier, so in general there's not a lot to say, but you know, those are the pointers that I could see. And yeah, I mean, they reached the moon. Alright, and I'm out of replays again, so I'll play a game myself. In my stock Wolverine. Hell yeah. Desert Fox, is that you? Did you make it in somehow? Don't know what his in-game name is, I just know he's playing on an A, so who knows? Who knows? I certainly don't, but I don't mind either way. Hope you're enjoying the commentary so far. I really do not regret my decision of choosing an A to stream. Having a lot of fun. And I'm meeting a lot of new great people, you know, just in the game itself. Expanding my knowledge. Also just the tournament scene in general, for if something like the Blitz Cup or Twister happens again. Because, I mean, let's say I do commentate Twister at some point, which definitely would be a dream to do, but you know, if that will happen, is another question. And let's say I were to only ever stream EU, then what would my point be, right? Because Twister is all servers. What would I do if I commentate on a Russian game versus maybe an A, right? I don't have any clue about their players, about their player base, how the servers play, what their meta is, you know, stuff like that. Which is why I've chosen to do NA, to expand my knowledge. I have done RU for the Blitz Cup, so I've gotten a pretty good grasp there. And I've done Asia a couple of times before, so NA was definitely on my watch list, basically. If you wanna view it that way. Just in case anyone ever wanted to know. But yeah. My goal definitely, do Twister commentary once. That would be really cool. Biggest tournament. In Blitz. Yes, you could say probably the Blitz Cup this last year was bigger, probably just to a lot more teams getting popularity, because it was 64 teams. Or I don't know how much actually, I don't remember. Instead of just like 1 or 2 per server. Which is really nice. Should definitely start getting a bit closer though. My accuracy is not the greatest in this king. As you guys perhaps have noticed. Other tank I wanted to take a shot from. The Crusader's definitely not a tank to sit in front of. That thing rips apart with DPM. It's just a shredder of enemy hopes and dreams. Rip. I tried. I just missed a lot of shots I could have hit or should have hit. But I guess that also comes down to the lack of equipment. Because I only have a gun runner, right? I want to spare as much credits as I can on this account. Because a tier 6 costs like 8 to 900,000 credits. I have 300k right now. You know, it's gonna take a while till I get there. I don't want the engine. Can play one more. You know what? I want to have a look at Blitz stars. How's this account doing? I mean, it doesn't matter, right? It's interesting. I am super unicum though. Although my today's session has been terrible. But I mean, I don't care. As long as I'm in low tier stats don't matter too much. I'm more interested in when I get to like 8 and above. Because everything above below 6 is just low tier. 6 to 8 is mid tier for me. And that's when it starts to get interesting. I should probably turn off Supremacy. I'm not a big fan of it. Although it does give you, on average, more experience due to just capping bases and seizing points from them if you kill someone. But it's just not a game what I enjoy playing. Especially not regularly. Hello there, exposed. Who have you exposed so far? Or are you someone who got exposed? I'm sorry, I'm terrible with jokes. Let's just say hi, Peter. Why make it awkward? That was a well-timed jump. Yeah, this tank definitely suits more to frontal engagements. Playing from the backlines, as I tried multiple times now, it has failed me. I could have aimed that way lower. And I probably should have. Buying myself time here. Yes, you just also track him. And I flopped one of my APCR shells. RIP. I don't have a lot of them. It's my first one I ever fired. In this account. And it flopped massively. Yay! I got a kill. A higher tier tank as well. That gives her a lot of XP. Can't even pen that. BDR is ridiculous. Well armored. Can I get one more out? Probably, potentially. Nope, okay. Good night, Boomer. Better commentator? What do you mean? I'm nowhere near enough experience to do that yet. You know, I'd love to, but I am lacking a lot of experience and especially confidence. I am not a confident person at all. We can do another game. Why skate though, Mr. B? I mean, he hasn't been seen in like ever. Nor has he done tournament commentaries in like ever. So why him? Of all people. I never even had an interaction with Skate, I don't think. I messaged him once, he never replied, unfortunately. But that's when I was no one. So, you know, that's just that. I mean, it never bothered me. Because, you know, in situations like that, you just don't expect people to respond anyway. So, don't having any expectations is usually the best way to get into it. Rather than to have some and then be disappointed later. But yeah, I definitely love to do something like this. Or I guess just an offline event in general. I think that would be really cool. Because you know, everywhere you hear about it. And you see it on YouTube and everywhere. All of those clips and all that shit. Although I would be really awkward. I'm letting you know that now if we ever meet in person. Like anyone, I don't talk to someone specifically. I'm super awkward around people. I'm not a very sociable person. In that regard. I cannot really pick up conversations at all. It's basically a complete turnaround to how I can talk on streams and stuff. Oh, that was an enemy. I was just like, oh yeah, that SU's gonna attack now, but that was an enemy. I was just running away. Yep. That shell went really hard. The Nashon back there is very dangerous. No, get away from here. He even shot APCR. Yo, dude. Also, there's a fail tune in this game. Yo, dude. Exhilarating. Why are you hunting a stock tier 5? Does this give you pleasure or something? Does that make you feel strong? God. I'm such a pro gamer. Only that VK was useful. Yeah. That icebreaker basically won the game. He crushed through our entire team there. Nothing I can do, not with this gun. Not even sure if the top gun could have done it. And that's why I don't want to shoot Primo, because you just lose credits. And this pains me. Should get a room any moment now. Let's have a look if the match for third place is over there. It seems to. And Hated has beaten Nups here. Cool, cool, cool. Get the turret now, nice. Alright, and we should get our invite. There we go. And there's Fishy. Oh, he's in straight. Tiny. Let's see. I'm interested. Played with rain before. Professional. Just quick tours. A lot of quick tours. Challengers. Online finals. Twister Cup. Blitz Blister Cup. Totally, dude. The Blister Cup. Who doesn't know it? Qualifying stage, professionals. Yep, this guy does know his shit. Oh, is experienced in tournaments. So definitely give this guy a view if you haven't ever. It was his first ever. Oh, pretty sure. Interesting. Anyway. It's time for Winter Malinovka. And I'm looking forward to this one. With triple Kranwagen, double 50B, E5 and IS4. Huh. Huh. That is interesting. I'm not sure what to expect from this. Like, honestly, Winter Mali? With 5 clippers? How do you even want to go about this? An A play? And then B ramp? I think, right? That would be the only really proper way to play with that lineup, unless they go heavy for the town area. Or, well, village, it's not a town. I don't know what else to expect other than that. And then we have Primo here with 2 mouse. Any 100, double E5. Huh? I'll double E5 and IS4. Steven and perhaps Batchet? And yep, still with double mouse. Hi, Juzva. Yep, and a Batchet. So I really like seeing more Batchets now that it got that buff. And the team see it as a viable option. I do think that's a great thing. And people really say the buff was meaningless, but you also gotta consider Wargaming doesn't want to overbuff the tank instantly. And they want to make small steps, see, alright, is this good enough for a buff? Or does it need a little more for maybe later? I think the Batchet all now though is performing well. And that's why teams use them. Especially like even Steven here, who's been showing good success with it. But yeah, this final is gonna be great. Good game versus how they call themselves as battle buddies. Primo here. Both teams surprisingly with their lineup. We got on one hand 5 clippers. On the other hand, we got 3 super heavy. Huh. Cool. Of that camel, which camel? Stock Tech Tree Showcase. Ah, not flame. I'm just, you know, playing a bit. Ah, that reminds me. I'm gonna do my next premium showcase. Well, let's focus on tournament. No, let's not get distracted by anything right now. We don't really want that to happen. So, show me what you got, NA. Show me what lies within you. And these weird loadouts. Alright then, have a look. HP's basically exactly the same. We have a more A-focused strat here from GG. Even Steven here, unspotted so far, making a very aggressive run. And he can. He should find some of those Kranwagens there, those two. Could definitely be spotting them. Even here still unspotted, working that camo really well. Some shots here being already fired off, no damage to be taken yet. Here come those mouses. But there's Assassin and the Kranwagen already waiting for him. Not penetrate though. Have our first bit of damage here by Rob in the E100. HE onto that Kranwagen turret and Ghost Ranger here. Getting shot in the side by Jenny Kim, who gets punished again for peeking. Look at those cross shots that GG has here. Cora taking 2 more. Not looking too happy with that. We have 3 tanks down here for GG, so if Primo is quick enough, they could just decide this here, right now, and push on all of these tanks. But Jenny's already reloaded. Assassin is tracked there. If Tantan can maybe retrack him, not quite, but he takes 2 more there. Takes another one. Takes more! That focus here in Steven. Able to clear him, also capping C now. Hit points are still similar here. But Primo now with that tank advantage is gonna be extending that more and more. With the extra gun that they have to fire. Focus here is on Grogu. Rob here. Double tapping with Chipotle. Working out really nicely, and still GG is hanging on with their hit points. Somehow. Ghost Ranger here, the first one to go down, and Wild Tails. Back to reloading. And so is Jimmy. These 50s here really staying alive for long, really making good use of their tanks. Tantan now dropping as well. Mako here needs to fall back. Because he's gonna be in lots of trouble soon. And really quickly, GG has given themselves an opportunity here. Drop there with even Steven together. Pick up the Kennyotsu hater from 2017. As Mako here is not quite able to put a shot into Canadian. Canadian bounces another one. Mako here just trying to get away, and Jenny here, as well as Whitetails. Big props to those 50B players. Really working their socks off here. Not quite able to take out Mako here, who's really persistent, staying alive. Portly his 7 damage onto Canadian. That's the start. Cora here repositioning, looking to pick up Jenny. Has to be very, very cautious here when he peeks around this corner. And needs to make sure he kills him as well. He does get it. And there goes even Steven here now, shooting down on Kakase. Hakati, I think is what people told me to pronounce it. There's Chipotle, can he get it? Yes, he can. And then Whitetails, he gets a massive shot from Rob there. Over 1,000. And Primo here gets the first victory. Amazing game from both teams. I thought that Whitetails and Jenny did more damage, but I must have just imagined that. Other than that though, they really stayed alive for long. And look at those top damage scorers here. Steven, Chipotle, Mako, and Drop. Especially Mako here, he stayed alive for so long. Such a crucial player in that position there. Ghost and Tantan just got focused early. As well as Assassin here. And just a really, really interesting game. Both teams with odd lineups, but I like them. Hello there, Deadlock. And yeah, we have a slight variation here from GG's lineup. Now, with only 2 Kranwagens and 2 50Bs, 2 IS-4s though and an E5. And then Primo here, getting rid of the E100 and one of those mouses. Now going with triple IS-4 and double Kranwagen. Still keeping Steven in that bat chat. And he is really being consistent here. I gotta give a shout out to you there, Steven. You're really shining some light on the bat chat again, and I wish to see it more within the next few previous skills. We have Etchi now being moved in here on the side of Good Game. Not quite sure right now who got moved out. And yeah, 10 seconds left here. Primo on match point. Can they decide it here and now? Or will GG take it to the tiebreaker? Is to be up for both teams here. And it's going to be interesting. Winter Mali, definitely a map that works a lot with map control. So if you can get that early and secure some really good cross angles, that can decide a game early. But as we saw last game, you can shut down those occupied locations, then it can drag out for quite a bit. But let's see how both teams are going to be approaching this game, as we'll for sure have Steven again doing his spotting run over here this time. Not going to see anything other than Etchi, who's going to push straight down this time. No one he's going to encounter. And is he going to get spotted by Steven here? Is the main question. He does. Steven gets spotted as well. He needs to be careful there. And GG is very aggressive on that side with Whitetails and Grogu. Steven there gets tracked. Can he get out of harm's way? He does. And GG here will get cap advantage. Oh wait, no, it's gonna be Primo actually, who are a bit faster there. Whitetails not quite managing to get into the cap in time there. Giving Primo a slight lead here. Who are more or less very boxed in now with those Kranwagens. Even here doing the right choice of holding back, not going fully forward. Now with Ghost Ranger here, Tantan and Bako in their Ice Force holding here. Which is all they can do at the moment, with Portler here in the front line spotting. They have to make sure to have these angles covered though, because there's cross shots coming. As Korra has just realized. Even now able to cross safely here. Definitely will be worth the wait there, but Chipotle here is losing a bit more hit points. And so far, GG here in control. If we just have a look from this position right here, Primo is locked in entirely into this little part of the map, whilst GG has an outpost here with 2 in support. We have this entire middle being controlled by Canadian, and their enemy spawn, one from Primo here, being under complete control. GG here spanning out really well, and this is what you need to do on this map: shut down angles and pincer your opponent into a corner until they can't go no more. And that's exactly what GG is doing right now. They need to make sure to keep pressing, but not overcommitting here, because that might bite them in the back. And they also need to be mindful of the clock as well as the cap points here. And for any surprises that Primo has, and Chipotle here being the distraction, Whitetails way too far forward, giving Primo the chance to counter push here. Steven and Ghost Ranger making their move as well, but are running into the 3 clippers that GG has over there. And this side here is gonna be the most important, and Whitetails goes down first. Primo here with the really good focus fire, but Chipotle is not looking too good either. Already down to a 2-shot, and so is Rob here in his Kranwagen. Gonna be trying to keep some of those hit points. Steven here getting slapped for 1,000. There's Etchi. Takes another one. And Tantan here with some nice shielding for Rob. And GG down on tanks, but up in hit points. Have lost the B cap here. Are taking that now back. Not quite. Marco here pushing forward. Wants to deny them of getting that base. Reportedly here now dropping. And Good Game is in really heavy control of hit points. But are dropping that Kranwagen, and most of that HP is on those 250Bs. Whereas of Edgy here, who's now surrounded by 2 tanks. A getting stolen. C has been stolen. And Tantan is surrounded. And Rob there getting pushed on by Jenny. Is able to get at least one more shot out. Guy here is gonna get Tantan and Marco. Looking to finish him off. And he managed it though. He doesn't. Korra has his back covered. As he's now 1v1ing Assassin here, Korra. Running away from Etchi. And has Jenny push onto him here. Marco. Looking to help him out. Gets a shot in as well. Oh, and he doesn't roll high enough. Korra here stays alive with 15 hit points. And Assassin. He's trying to get him as well. And Edgy, he's hunting even Steven here. But he's just not managing it right now. And all that the Badger needs to do is stay alive. And Edgy there is not going to be able to hunt him. But Marco here gets Assassin. And with a really close game, finishes off this tournament. What a great match this was again. Very close. Really good comeback from both sides, as it has been tilted quite heavily. GG here with the lack of tanks. Primo, when they had way less hit points. Just a fantastic match in general. Again, really well played to Primo here. Coming out on top with that victory. And of course, WoTB again, commiserations to GG here for getting a very good second place. And that is it for Prove Your Skill 2, which is not showing up here just yet, but is now over. And yes, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back. Actually, let me look when we are. I think it's tomorrow actually. Yep. We will be back tomorrow with another tournament stream. It will be Prove Your Skill 3 for both EU and NA. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this tournament stream. Feedback as always. I would love to hear from you guys. And with that said, hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Give some love to Fishy as well, who has been streaming these. And see you all again next time. Bye bye.